Right, here we are again. It's Friday night. Back in the proper time slot for the Paul McNally pre-show. And joining us is Paul Mac, again in his car, this time fresh from a haircut. Paul, welcome.
Just had a fresh one then, yeah.
Yeah,
straight from work, straight to the barbers and a fresh one.
Is that like a sort of a... Well, you are suspicious, aren't you? Is that like, get a new haircut?
We got beat somewhere.
Get a new haircut.
Did you get that right? Superstitious? No, not suspicious, was that?
Superstitious, I think it said.
That's the one, isn't it?
Luckily.
Yeah, I've just had a fresh trim, so I needed it. Last one I had was on Christmas Eve, so.
Yeah. Well, luckily I know you're a superstitious person anyway, so that's fair enough. Right, straight into the action. Let's review. Yeah, that's right. Who did he play? Glossop North End game.
We have to.
Yeah, we have to.
No, all jokes aside, first half, I don't think we were at our best, but we still could have been probably a goal or two up. I think that would have been deserved, but we had a little bit of the wind with us. They pulled a master stroke. They won the toss. They spun us ends, didn't they? The elements, obviously, the first half, it wasn't as bad. And then the second half, they were organised. They were organised anyway all game. I've got to give credit to them. I can't knock them on their performance alone. They're not near the bottom. They were organised. They basically done to us what we did to Runcorn Linnets. They rolled the first 45 minutes out and then grew stronger from the second half onwards. And it worked for us. And I'm not going to knock them for it. They had a game plan. They hadn't won in so many games. And you've got to compliment them, do you know what I mean? But we were masters of our own demise, if I'm totally truthful. I'm just going to say it how it is. We were lethargic, we were leggy. We gave the ball away time after time, and we did not look like we were going to score at any point in that second half. I don't think we got out of our own half, and maybe that's down to them because they grew in strength, but I think it was also down to us. We just looked like we'd had a game too many. Yeah. And it shouldn't be that way.
No. So often you win a game, certainly away from home, and the home team, it's all about what they never done, and we never done this, and we never done that, we never done that. And we want to sort of be different to that if we can and give credit, because what you said was right. They put it on us with the change of thing. They sussed the weather out. And in that second half, we couldn't kick it out and we couldn't play it out. They were just on us, and you've got to give them credit for that. They're a big, strong, physical team, and they made it work for themselves. And really, from about an hour, or when they went 2 up and 3 up, there was no complaints, was there? The better team.
The only thing from my point of view was when the second goal went in, it was game over. Do you know what I mean? The first goal was, I know it's only 2 minutes after half time, but you still changed to a back three to try and attack them, because I thought if we're going to go out, we might as well try and go out fighting.
Yeah.
But the second goal gone in, and then it was just, you just wanting the whistle to go then because you knew that we were gone. The third goal, it was well offside, by the way, but
yeah,
it was irrelevant to the scoreline. Do you know what I mean? It was just more, it made it look more emphatic than it was. It's just. Yeah. They've won, and it was disappointing that
the thing about
after doing so well the last four games beforehand, or 5 games beforehand, we've then sort of crept back into the old habits in the second half, if I say it like that, do you know what I mean? And that's the disappointing thing, but that's what I was trying to say after the game. Let's rein expectations in. Me and you, everyone's excited. We were all excited because why not? Them performances were as good as any team we've seen in the league, do you know what I mean, on the day. But at the same time, we've got to rein it in, and we're still in transition, aren't we? And we've got to expect good, solid performances and just build from that, do you know what I mean? And then if we get good wins, which we will, we'll win more than we lose, I think. Yeah. I feel that at the moment. It's just, can we move forward, though?
Yeah. I think with the sort of the build-up to the game as well, no one believed that game was going to be on in the day. That the amount of rain that flew in on the day of the game and the previous night, I don't know whether, I'm not knocking anyone, but because I felt the same. when that game got called on, I was like, what? You know,
shocked. So I went to work in the morning, and I'm in Hubert College, and I went across the road, and literally the park that I walked through was flooded, and I just thought, nah, can't be on this, can't be on.
No.
And then throughout the day, and then you're hanging on thinking, oh, it's on here, do you know what I mean? And because it's drying up, but look, I'm not making no excuses. We wanted it on. We wanted it on. We all wanted it on, and sometimes moments like that in the season can go against you, can't they? So that first game against them was on. That could have been the ideal time to play them. They've had a few defeats since then. They've been getting beat 3-2s, 2-2s. Do you know what I mean? They've been scoring.
Yeah.
They haven't been getting hammered. And then they've recruited a couple of number players, and then bang, the perfect storm for them, isn't it? As they say, do you know what I mean? And take me hats off them. Anyone can beat anyone in the league, can't they? And sometimes it's just about timing. It's about good timing and bad timing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
just as we thought we were out, they dragged us back in. Back in.
That's a soprano saying, isn't it?
Not quite, close. Godfather Part 2, Part 3, Michael Corleone. But, so, there we are. It was a bad day at the office. You know, we as you say, we wanted it on. We thought we had the momentum. We thought everything. We had a virtually full squad. Everything was set fair. And Glossop put it on us, and we give them credit for that. And, you know, as hard as it is to say, we didn't deserve much, if anything, out the game. But that's life, and we move on. We move on to Saturday. But just before we do and start previewing, instead of reviewing, we start previewing the 1874 game. Injuries, Paul, we've got one or two, I think, have we? Or
we've got a couple. Adam Hughes is struggling. Podge's wife's just give birth. So congratulations to Podge and his missus.
Congratulations indeed.
I think he could be a doubt for tomorrow. His wife's had an emergency cesarean, so could be a doubt. We had a couple of niggles. Carl Clare was struggling with a knock yesterday. Liam Hollett was struggling. There's a couple of others, but not a major that you're worried that they're going to miss the game. But just where they've struggling with training, and they're just getting rubs, and they're getting basically muscle injuries as such. I think it's fatigue as well, because we played on an AstroTurf surface on the Saturday, and we played so really well, and then we've gone and played on the grass on the Tuesday. You've got to remember, we haven't played a lot of midweek games for a while, have we? So the fatigue of 3 games in a week can catch up with people as well. Yeah. Training's all well and good, but you can't replicate playing matches, and that can catch up with people, and they get muscle injuries and just strains, etc. Do you know what I mean? That's just part and parcel of the game of playing at our level.
Of course it is. Okay, doke. Well, we'll see what tomorrow brings then. But I presume, I think I'm right in saying, you name your squad tonight, and then pick your starting 11 or whatever before the game starts, or about an hour before the game starts. That's good. So there might be some changes, 1 or 2 changes.
Yeah.
So moving on to tomorrow then. Again, weather's not great. Again, we lost to these. This was under one of your games.
Yeah.
And these put it on us on that pitch on that day. Big strong side. They got Josh Corliss up front, and they played that lad. I think it's Joe Woolley. In like an advanced.
And they've got Mackenzie O'Neill.
These have got some good operators at this level, haven't they?
Yeah, they're a good team. They've been at this level for a few years now, haven't they? And rightly so, that they come up through the league. Do you know what I mean? It was before COVID, they would have been champions of the counties. They're organised, they're efficient. Goody's got them playing a good level of football, do you know what I mean? And they've just built with young lads over the last year or two. They've added Josh Corliss has come in, and everyone knows what he'll bring to the party. He's a big, strong lad, isn't he? And he's a goal scorer. Mackenzie O'Neill's a threat. He scored against us in the game, and he's like a little bit of a Jack Hazelhurst type of player for them. So they're a footballing team. They like to play football. They like to get it down, even though they've got a few big lads in the team. They do like to play. That's his philosophy. Goody's, he likes to play, and to say it'll be a good game, and we've got our own work on them. I've got a video on them. from the league game. We've had a little bit of info from my sources at Leith. We've scratched their back, they'll scratch our back as such, do you know what I mean? And we've done a little bit on that, and we'll do our own work on them, but we're looking to try and make, it's more about us than the opponents who we're playing. It's more about, can we try and make Bootle feel like a bit of a fortress? And it's not like we haven't, it's just the last couple of games we've been a little bit off, like Newcastle Towns and obviously Glossops. We're not as strong at home as we should be, or formidable, and I'm looking to get that for us in the next few games. We've been looking to build on that and try and move forward. Away from home, it feels like the shackles are off a little bit.
It feels like what your volume just dropped a bit there, Paul.
As it, sorry.
Oh, there you go, you're back. Say again.
Can you hear it? Yeah, sorry. Away from home, feels like the shackles are off the players. They don't look as pressured. I don't know whether maybe at home they feel like they've got to attack every team, but that's not the case. Remember where we are in the league, and we've got to take every game as it comes. And if it means that we have to be defensively first and resolute to then build on it, then so be it. We can't go thinking that we can attack every team left, right, and centre. Do you know what I mean? Because you're asking to get picked off. Yeah. And I do feel that when we play the likes of, no offence to them, your Glossops, your Newcastle Towns, our egos need checking, and we need to just go, do you know what? Let's just keep it 0 as long as we can. Let's take our chances when they come. If we get the first goal, we're on. Yeah. But if we don't, we've got to keep resolute.
Because what's your percentage chance when you get the first goal?
It's 67%, isn't it?
Thank you.
Boom.
In this league.
And that's a fact, because I truly believe if we'd have scored the first goal the other night, we would have won. We would have went on to win it. So,
have you had a word with the two lads who tackled each other on the line?
That one and the one that's at the post.
Yeah.
And then just missed opportunities. Look, that first half, it wasn't by no means a bad performance. It was just, we were a little bit after the Lord Mayor's parade, as I've said, do you know what I mean? We were on such a high. I think we just thought we were going to blow them away. And I didn't for 1 minute. I told them not to do that. And then the second half, like I say, you've got to take your hats off to them, haven't you? But tomorrow, it won't be a different game. They'll be similar. They'll be organised. They'll be efficient. They'll be a good team. If we make mistakes, they'll punish us. And that's how we've got to be switched on, do you know what I mean? But we have to believe that we can punish them if they make mistakes. And that's the biggest thing now, is getting that consistency right. Yeah. If we have form, and Peter said it to me in the bar, Chairmao, he said, and you said it, if we have that form of the last 5 games in the next 5 games,
1-1.
Yeah, win 3, draw 1, lose 1. That's playoff material form, isn't it? And I'm not saying we're going to get there because we're too far behind now. But if you start the season with that form in blocks of 5, then that's more than you can ask for, isn't it, in the season? And that'll be up there.
Yeah. Well, we've got, and it's by no means a sort of a statement of like, you know, we're going to win all these games, but we're playing a lot of teams around us and beneath us in the table, although the table could be anything, couldn't it? Apart from the top 2 or 3, everyone is within such a distance of each other. But we're not playing Macclesfield, we're not playing Wellington, we're playing teams in and around us. The ball is in our course. We've got a couple of home games and a couple of away games. And it's up to us to solidify that position now. 11th-ish, maybe slightly higher. That'd be absolutely great. And if anything else is a bonus, really. What we don't want to do is start, as Michael Corleone said, don't let us get dragged back in.
That is the bigger picture.
Yeah, definitely. Okie doke. Well, I think that'll do us for tonight then, mate. The weather's horrible again, but we've got a big stag weekend coming over from South Yorkshire tomorrow. 40 from South Yorkshire are coming
40 stags.
Yeah. So at what time can I not talk to you? What they want to talk to the manager. What's the latest they can speak to you?
Look, I'll give me time up to them. Once I've named the team, I'll come and have a chat with them. Do you want me to come and chat with them in the bar before?
I'm setting them up in the executive high-level area.
These must be big boys, these.
I don't know what
do they want me to do a speech like I'm the stag?
I think just a couple of questions. Listen, last year at the Ellesmere Port, we had 3 or 4 of these events, and they were absolutely great, lads. We were a bit worried before a couple of them, thinking, who are these people?
Rowdy members.
Yeah, but they just turned out to be great lads, and you know, they drink a lot of beer in the bar, which helps us. They buy merchandise, which helps us. So before the game, up to a certain point, as long as you're happy, you know, quick word with the manager, and take it from there.
About 2:30, I'll come and have a chat with them if that's okay. I know
that's totally
unprofessional. Can you see me? Yeah, I'll have named the team. I'll have gone through me tactics, and then I'll have a quick watch of the warm up, and then just pop in for 5 minutes if that's okay.
All right.
Yeah. Or if I can get earlier, I'll do a bit earlier if that's okay. Yeah.
All right, Paul. Thanks very much for that. That's everything covered, isn't it? Re and pre.
Yeah, that's everything. I'd imagine just 3 points. That's all we want.
Yeah, and let's hope your new haircut does the business.
I hope so. Paul. Thanks.
Bye bye.